Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Get 10 to 1 on the fight not to go the distance. Register now at betway.com/boxing.
KUGAN CASSIUS here with Frank Warren. How are you, Frank?
I'm good, yeah. Well, Sam, okay. We got a draw today, but a lot of possession and just weren't doing it up front, were we?
They parked the bus.
They parked the bus, but we should bloody, we could have done better.
Obviously, over last weekend, Vladimir Klitschko's dominant performance over Bryant Jennings was kind of expected in Madison Square Garden, Frank.
Yeah, I thought, to be honest, I thought Klitschko would be a big favourite, but I weren't too impressed with him. He's just not got that devil in him. He did all he needed to do to win. Let's be honest, Jennings was not the greatest fighter in the world, and I don't mean that being disrespectful to him, but he just controlled it and won every round, and every round was pretty similar. But I think, now WBO have said that Klitschko's got to defend his title against Tyson Fury, and we've got 30 days to either agree terms or go to the purse bids. And looking at that fight, I fancy Tyson a little bit more.
This 30-day period, are you confident that something can be sorted out between the two camps?
Well, I would hope we could. We've got a situation where, obviously I want to get the fight on in the UK. We'll get a bigger gate in the UK than we would in Germany, and I'm pretty optimistic that we can get it here.
You're optimistic, but is it realistic?
It's realistic, and I'm optimistically realistic that we can get it here.
Obviously, Tyson, was he in New York? I believe he was, wasn't he?
Do you know what? I don't know. I don't think so.
I saw a tweet from him, but I haven't seen anything since then. So
maybe he was in York, but Peter was in the studio with BoxNation, obviously commentator. He must fancy the fight. You look at when I look at Klitschko, it's a bit like his brother. They control the fight from long range. They both got good jabs. Vladimir's very tall, difficult to get to, and I think it's going to be interesting to see that he's fighting a guy who's a little bit taller than him. His reach is probably about the same. He's younger. I think he's got a little bit of hunger there in Tyson Fury, and there are certain flaws there that I think he can capitalise on. I really do believe that.
A huge stadium fight in the UK,
well, it's
between
a big stadium, World Heavyweight Championship. That's the blue ribbon event, isn't it? As far as world boxing is concerned, and obviously we've got Mayweather and Pacquiao going on. We know that's a huge fight, but other than that, I think that's the next big fight out there.
Coming on to that, obviously this Saturday, a huge fight from Las Vegas in Mayweather and Pacquiao. Frank, who are you tipping for this fight?
I've got to go with Mayweather. I'm hearing in sparring that he's not looked as good as he should do, but that sparring, I think, come the night, he's a phenomenal athlete. He's a bit, in some ways, he's like Klitschko. Their athleticism, the fact they keep themselves in great shape, has given longevity in the sport. But you've got to go with him. Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is going to actually bring something to the fight. He's going to, events like this bring a bit extra out of the fighters, and I think that Manny Pacquiao will come there. He'll come to fight. I think he will try and present a lot of promise to Mayweather. But I've got to fancy Mayweather on their form over the last year or so.
Do you believe that Pacquiao's improved as a fighter over the last sort of year and a half, especially since his defeat to Marquez?
No, I don't. I think he's done well. He wasn't too challenged in his last fight, with the opponent. I just think that people are reading a lot into the Medina fight with Mayweather, and this is a totally different type of fight. And I just think that Floyd Mayweather he's got a great boxing brain. Mayweather's will walk forward. You've got to close the gap down with Mayweather. You've got to get inside. You've got to get close to him, and that's what he's going to try and do. Just shut him down and try and bully him. But I just don't know whether he can do that still. Whether he's got the wherewithals to still be able to do that. If he can, it could present him some problems. But I think Mayweather will be. I just think I think Mayweather will control the fight from the start to the finish.
Are you going to be out in Las Vegas yourself, Frank?
Well, I've had an invite off of HBO, so I'm supposed to be going out there, so hopefully I'll be there.
Okay, well, listen, Frank, thank you very much for talking to the Cassius and Helder show. And shame about the result today, but...
Well, listen, it would make no difference to the title, because there's
no
way
absolutely
Celtic
not.
are going to drop 10 points. I think we played well, and it's a bit encouraging watching that, but there's still that little thing that's missing, which is the killer diller at the end, the finishing, in boxing parlance, the finishing punch or the killer punch. It's just not there, and we just seem to lack that.
FA Cup win, second place, I think we'll take that now.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest, the end of the season, I thought we'd struggle to get into fourth place, and we're in the final, so fingers crossed we do the job on Villa and we continue to get in second. At least I don't think this year we're going to have to go to the qualifications for the Champions League.
Hope not. All right, Frank, thanks for talking to the Cassius and Helder show. Thank you very much.
Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Get 10 to 1 on the fight not to go the distance. Register now at betway.com/boxing.